you know. I think around the time I first started quitting, I was still living close to a really good friend of mine, and he used to like to go out to eat for lunch, things like that. He would drink, you know. I'd sit right there next to him, wouldn't drink. It wasn't a problem. Like I just, over time, my brain got reprogrammed and it realized, okay, we're back to this again. We're not up here anymore, we're here. And the thing is, the higher the highs, the lower the lows. That was another thing I focused on. I may not be having as much fun as I used to. It may not be like woohoo. It might just be like woo. But guess what? The uhs aren't as bad. You know, a lot of the lows, a lot of the bad things that come along with drinking go away. So while in the beginning it may not seem like your life is as fun as it used to be, it's also not as bad. And that's kind of the compromise that worked for me. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we might not be out doing that wild, crazy stuff and being at the bar and, you know, having all this fun, but we don't have to deal with the morning after and the, you know, the hangovers, and we don't have to deal with, you know, the crazy stuff we did. You know, we don't have to deal with the blackouts. That was a big one. When you wake up in the morning and don't remember like the last 3 hours of your night, and that happens consistently, that's a low. That is a low. When your friends have to call and tell you the crazy stuff you did because you don't remember, that's a low. So I was like, hey, the highs aren't as high, but the lows aren't as low. My life's pretty normal now. You know, it's pretty, you know, straight across the board now instead of all this here. And I grew to like that. And I grew to accept that as my new normal, you know? So my message to anyone who might be, you know, struggling with drinking and just so afraid that the life is gonna be so boring, it will be for a while. Yeah, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It will be for a while, okay? But probably not as long as you're thinking. And the day will come when you reprogram your brain and you're used to living what now would seem like a boring existence. You'll get used to sobriety. You'll get used to being sober. You'll get used to not having like the alcohol in your system, but it takes a while for like all of it to leave your system, your body to go through withdrawals. This is worse for some people than others. Fortunately, like for me, it was always weird. Even though I drank every day, drink a lot, like I never really had a lot of the physical withdrawal symptoms. If I ever really felt myself when I was drinking, getting jittery around 5 when I hadn't had a drink, I would take like a week off. Always been that way for years. So for me, the physical symptoms weren't as bad. It was all mental. I know some people, they do have, you know, the physical they have to deal with, which is sad, but you got to do it. But the mental, if you just, you know, make the determination, I'm going to stop, you know, so what if my life sucks for like 6 weeks? So what? That's the price I have to pay for programming my brain to always want to drink, and the price you have to pay to get back to a normal life that doesn't involve all the craziness that drinking has brought into it, which is the reason why you want to quit anyway.